This is breaking news.
Maikei, the Greek star of K-pop. She sings in Chinese, Korean, and Japanese with an angelic voice. The multi-talented girl with the pink hair brings a fresh energy to the Greek music scene, while conquering East Asia at the same time. Maikei is not just a singer. She's a vocalist. With a vocal range spanning 3.5 octaves, her voice is an instrument she wields with precision, adapting it to fit whatever result she aims for. She can perform nearly every genre of music, from pop to opera, in English, Italian, Spanish, Chinese, Korean, and Japanese. And yet, it's still hard to pin her down, because she also writes songs and composes music. The songs she creates with her producer, Fotis Katsanos, are released on all major music platforms. But where we often see her most is on social media, where she shares covers of well-known songs that she records in the studio. In fact, that's how it all started, posting videos of her singing in a garage. But how does a Greek pop star end up singing in Chinese? GLA. How did you manage to learn such a difficult language? Maikei. I lived in China for 3 years. By the end, I was speaking Chinese very well. The first year, I didn't understand anything, but slowly my ear got used to it. At the same time, I was learning Chinese songs for my live performances. So I got the hang of the language's mechanics, and after that, it became much easier. JLA. How did you end up in China? Maikei. I had started uploading songs on YouTube, and at some point, I got an offer for live performances in China. There, they tend to invite artists from the West because they love our music. The idea felt a bit intimidating because of the cultural differences, but ultimately, it was the experience that defined me. I went with Fotis, who is also the director of my live performances, and later my sister Monica, who's a DJ, joined us. But after our first month there, the pandemic hit, and we were locked in the hotel. We basically had a vacation in an intercontinental with a pool, but we were surrounded by strangers, not knowing what was happening in the world. When we looked out the windows, we saw no one, only sometimes the military, and we thought it might be some kind of apocalypse. Eventually, we became friends with the hotel manager, and after 3 months when the quarantine ended, we started touring from city to city for performances. GLA. What was the nightlife experience like in China? Maikei. It was very different from what we're used to here. In a club, you can see everything. Some people partying, others playing board games, and some eating noodles. Their favorite song is My Heart Will Go On from Titanic. But they go wild for Lady Gaga's Poker Face. Of course, I always included these in my setlist. Since a lot of Japanese and Korean people come to China for work, I slowly started singing in those languages as well. I spent 3 years traveling from city to city, but even then, I didn't see everything I wanted to. I didn't return to Greece in between, but in the last 6 months, I really missed my family, and I started having panic attacks, so I decided to come back for good. GALA. So, how is your work now? Maikei. After we returned to Greece, we released my first 2 singles, and last March, I decided to join TikTok. I started recording and uploading covers, and now I have almost 85,000 followers. Through social media, I was discovered by -EMI/Universal, and in August, I signed my first record deal. My album includes my song Blah, Blah, Blah in Japanese, Korean, and Chinese, among other versions. My label is also in talks with Universal Korea, which has uploaded my Korean song to their platform. Meanwhile, we're doing live shows in Athens.